Did you guys realize that Crown Zenith was officially 2 years old? And can you believe that there was a huge period of time where people just weren't that interested in picking up this set? Let's take a look back at 2 years of market data for Crown Zenith, a set that has some of the best pulls of all time. In the Sword and Shield era, Lost Origin really kicked off those character rares, a throwback to like the Cosmic Eclipse era, which actually came out 2 years prior. So it's on its 4-year anniversary, while Crown Zenith is on its 2-year. But I often look back and wonder, for people today, people getting into the game now, into collecting during this Prismatic Evolutions era, are they looking back at like Crown Zenith like I did back in like the Celebrations era, looking back at Cosmic Eclipse? They were some fantastic artworks and cards that were super reasonable. In fact, Cosmic Eclipse, those character rares are still super reasonable and a super awesome artwork addition to your binders. The only one that's really expensive is Pikachu, and that's got red in it and Pikachu. I think that's going for about 50, 60 bucks. Other than that, they're all under $10, super awesome cards. So fast forward 2 years after that to like the Lost Origin era, and we started coming back with these trainer gallery cards. I was super excited. A little bonus in the pack, for your hit rates to get a little extra something. And then the Gallarian Gallery, like a 70 card plethora of these character rares, if you will. And some Pokemon cards that are just super fantastic. I was just completely bullish on Crown Zenith. I thought it was fantastic. Pokemon printed it to death, and it kind of set the standard for how much Pokemon might be able to print something and keep stuff on shelves for quite a while. It took a huge dip for like a whole year. The prices just kept going down and down and down. And only recently can I now look back and say, yep, the prices are up. They're going way up. What I can't tell is it just because of the craziness that's happening right now, or because the product has dried up and people are really looking back and willing to spend that kind of money on these cards. But they're super fantastic cards. I want to look at the sealed product, looked at the cards. Let's get into it. All right, let's quickly talk about some of the sealed product that's out there right now. There's certainly not a lot on TCG Player. You can look at all these. There's barely any listings of stuff. This stuff was so cheap for the longest time. These Crown Zenith premium figure collections were 50 bucks forever. People were not buying them. They felt they were too expensive. They've now doubled in price since that time point, which I'll say was about a year ago when it sort of hit its bottom. We got the Sea and Sky premium collections more recently. That was like the last goodbye. You could pick them up at Sam's Club. I can't remember. I think it was about $40, $39.99, I think. They've doubled in price. You can see there's definitely a lot more listings, 53 here, compared to a lot of these other items. The Elite Trainer boxes were printed like crazy. People were not picking them up for the longest time. They've doubled in price. They're now $100 on here. These pin collections, I love these. I thought they were super cool. I love the pins. They were supposed to be probably $15 a piece. So that's not too bad. It's only $20 over MSRP right now for a set of 3. Those are great ones to pick up. This Premium Treasures collection with Morpeko for 53 bucks, that was MSRP. $49.99 was MSRP. Unfortunately, it's a little bit overpriced because it's got a playmat in there, it's got a pin, it's got the big Morpeko V-Union card, and it's got your 7 packs in there. So a little bit expensive, but that is MSRP still, about $49.99. The previous version of it only had 5 packs in it. Those were a little less expensive, and this is over MSRP right now. I can't quite remember what those were. These tins are quite overpriced. I think they were, the big ones here were 25 bucks, so they're about 10 to 15 depending on the promo, over market price. A lot of this stuff sat on the shelves forever. People were just not picking it up. You're definitely better off getting a 3-pack of these pins compared to any of these. All of these tins down here, they were $8.99. They're all pretty much about doubled in price at this point. And we can see that loose packs, which I never recommend. But you know, you do you. Just know who you're buying from. $6.42 or $6.40 is the current market value for packs. And looking at the single cards here, I have the market trend just basically going back to February of 2023. I picked up the prices again at February of 2024, and then what we have right now, February of 2025, because it is these prices are from today and it's officially February 1st now. The pull rates are absolutely fantastic for the Gallarian Gallery. It's a lot of fun to rip this set. There's some beautiful artworks. It's really fun to collect them all. For a long time, it was super reasonable. Even the most expensive card in here, I think, was $60, which I'll scroll down to now. These are all the market prices now. So if we come down here, we can look a complete set of Gallarian Gallery back on basically just after the release was about $1,000. You can see here Giratina was quite expensive, $143. This was right out of the gate though. Dialga and Palkia were both about $55. Arceus was about $90. Fast forward, it didn't take long. They started tanking quite a bit, but by a year later, they were all super down. They were super cheap to pick up. Dialga and Palkia were under $35. Giratina was $72. I think I picked mine up at $60. So there was a point where it got even cheaper than this. Arceus $52 on the day that I grabbed the prices here. And of course, you could get deals if you were shopping on eBay and, you know, just waited it out. But those have since completely gone. Obviously, the gold cards are the biggest chases in this set. Palkia, Dialga are up to $90. Giratina is up to $216 right now, and Arceus is up to $140. You can see the complete set a year after it came out dropped all the way down to $540 for a complete set, from $1,000 down to $540. It's now up to $1,200, so it's even surpassed the opening week when everyone was really hype about it and, you know, struggling with how hard the evolutions were to get out of Evolving Skies and coming in on this new set and super hyped about it. We've now since gone way back up. Again, I don't know how much of this is completely warranted or just the current market. We could see dips in the future, but once things go up, it's hard to bring them back down. They could come down a little bit. I don't think they'll ever come to here. I don't think they'll even ever come to here back to a week or so after the release. I do run my 1,000 pack value. It is $1,500 and $15 in value if you open to 1,000 packs. Roughly on average, you're getting about $1.50 worth of value per pack, which is starting to get pretty bad, especially when you compare it to something like Prismatic Evolutions, where I think we said, what was it, like $5,000. Of course, the packs for that are way more, but it's still, you're going to get more out of your packs even though you're paying more right now. And these are the change from the different time periods. So here the price now is 65% higher than a week or two after release. And now it's 153% more than this huge dip period about a year ago. And same goes for some of these other ones. Giratina is currently 200% above what it was a year ago, and 50% above what it was a week after release. Some other huge gainers over the years, Deoxys is up 350% from its biggest low, and 100% above a week after release. Some others, Mewtwo certainly shot up. Glaceon has shot up. Suicune, Leafeon, just so many fantastic cards in here. The Pikachu is up. Duskull. Latias up huge, 400% from its low. That's one of the non-textured Gallarian Gallery cards. We got the Mew is up 254% from its all-time low. Can you believe that cute little Mew card was $6 and now it's $20? Everything is just going absolutely crazy. Even Magmortar is up 200% from its low. And looking at some of the cards in the regular part of the set, pretty much you got that Pikachu, which is actually lower than it was a week after release, but 178% above the all-time low period in February of 2024. So still might be a good value to pick up one of these for your collection. Absolutely phenomenal looking card. Elisa Sparkle got a huge amount of hype, and now no one cares about the waifu cards anymore. It came out in the release about 31 bucks. It went down and it stayed down 17 bucks consistently. And times really haven't changed. We still get pull rates from TCG Player, and the pull rates were pretty fantastic. I think they're doing a better job of them these days, but this is what we got back then. Basically, the gold cards. See, they've got Giratina at 1 in 333 and Arceus at 1 in 667. Odds are pretty good that these were probably consistently printed, comparatively to each other. The textured Gallarian Gallery cards about 1 in 150. The Pikachu is 1 in 333. And again, like I would expect Mewtwo, Glaceon, and Leafeon here, even though they have different values, to probably be printed about the same. Now, back then, the Game Capital did give us one themselves. They also have very, they did 5,000 packs, they said, compared to, what was it, 1,800, 1,900 from TCG Player. But they still got pretty inconsistent values. Like Palkia here was 1 in 846, while the other were, more like 1 in 400 and 1 in 600. I'm sure that those were all printed exactly the same. It just so happened that in the packs they opened, that was the ratios that they pulled. And again, they got a little lopsided here. They've got Mewtwo at 1 in 240 and the others at 1 in 400. It's probably much better than what it appears to be here, because when you rip this set, you realize quickly you're going to get some good stuff. It's an absolutely phenomenal set. I've always loved it. This is my master binder. I did master the set. This is an Ultra Pro Elite binder, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I just want to hop in here to the big boys in the back. We got all the gold cards. I don't have them lined up. They do make a picture of 4, which is super cool. But then, just absolutely phenomenal artworks, especially if you got in on this set back when it was February 2024, when it was pretty much at the absolute bottom. Just super fantastic set. So what do you guys think? Is it finally getting the praise that it's deserved, or it's just all about the craziness that's happening right now? Let me know your opinion. I think it's an absolutely phenomenal set. I don't expect them to print any more of this ever again. We got our Sea and Sky box, and that was the end of it. If you can snag one of those or some of the other stuff that's about MSRP, then it might be a good idea if you're still interested in the set, because unless there's a complete bust of all Pokemon, I have a feeling that this is the end and it's only up from here. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. A nice look back at one of the best sets with some of the best pulls of all time. I'll catch you guys in the next video.